gonna go. So when we play, if you go online and try to look stuff up, they'll typically, you'll see people refer to it as strong side, weak side. So the hand on top of the shoulders generally referred to as strong side, and the one that goes under the armpits generally referred to as weak side. Okay? I don't believe in strong side, weak side. That's your skill level. Okay? Some people are going to be better at one side, some people are going to be better at the other. I can choke you on either side. It's not a big deal. One way tends to be easier, the other way I have to play it a little bit more difficult. So if I'm here and we just fall to our side, okay, where's his head and neck? Yeah, right, and his head literally right now is laying on my bicep. Okay, so now sit up. So now, same position, and now I fall to the control side. Where's his head and neck? And right now, it's not even touching my bicep. He's literally falling out of my choke. So if I go to I refer to it as choke side, control side. If I go to the control side, your head position is going to make the biggest difference. Put your head on his shoulder. So when I'm here, put your head on his shoulder. So when I fall, my head is keeping his head up. So that this gives me more access. So when the time comes and I get in for the same one-handed choke, I'm still in a good position. But the moment my head is out, his head will fall. And now you're fighting a whole different battle. Okay? So it really doesn't matter which way I go, but one side, I almost have to screw it up. When we fall, he'll lay his head down in my bicep, easy choke. If we go the other way, he's literally falling away from my choke, so I need to put my head in the way to make sure that when we fall to that side, his head can't leave the pocket, which is where my bicep is. So now let's go to the control side, the underhook side. But again, make sure, put your chin literally on their shoulder, ear to ear, suction cup if you can. Okay? And then as you fall, use your head to press them up into the choke and then set it. All right, try one, two. Take Taekwondo back in 1978. Guess what defense they taught of how to defend the choke? Any choke.
You punch him in the groin.
No.
Reverse groin shot.
Yeah, tuck your chin to your chest.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get into the throat itself, and again, it's one of the, I mean, obviously I need to stop you from getting where you are, but if I can keep you from getting into the actual front of the throat, then I can defend the position fairly decently. Okay. So the thing I loved about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, once I started learning about that, they're like, okay, we don't just take for granted that you're going to give me your throat for free. So we have to start looking at what is one of the typical defenses that people are going to use and how are you going to combat it. Okay? So let me take you back. I'll just do this one from the seated position. So when I'm coming in, like I said, I don't wait. As soon as I can kill that hand, it becomes mine. Okay, I don't wait for him. Now, I'm going to bring my arm around, but remember, he's going to be playing chin to his chest. He's going to be trying to block me from getting in position. So if I come through and I can make it to here, okay, where's his chin? Okay, he's kind of looking towards my elbow right now. So if I were to try to choke him, okay, if I can crush his jaw, I can get him to tap, but I'm not really going to get much of a choke. Okay, but watch what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in from here. I'm going to press my chest into his. Okay, again, I'm going to push my elbow down, and now I'm going to deliberately start to pull his chin to the side. Right here, I just went under his chin, and now I come back. So now, drop your chin again, by coming in here, pulling him to the side, now I take my thumb, aim it down, so that as I pull, there goes my wrist underneath his jaw. Once it goes under, then I come back, and now I have very easy in on his throat. Yeah. So the biggest part is, and the reason why I turn my thumb down, So you have radius and ulna that follow through here. Wherever your thumb is tells you where the bone is here. So if I come in and I'm trying to choke him, I want that bone to get under his jawline. So when I come in, I'm going to turn my thumb down so my arm is now bladed to the bottom. So as I pull, bring him this way, and if I slide in a little bit and then turn my arm back up, I'll be under the jaw. Once I'm under the jaw, you can't stop me now. So I'll pull, scoop, and come right back. If you want, you can just do it from your knees. We don't have to. So again, I immediately like to kill here. He drops that chin. I come in. Oh, there's nothing really going on here. So now I turn upside down, pull. You see how he's all ready. So now I slide. There it is. And once my wrist goes underneath the jaw, then I rotate it back to lift him, and then we go right back into the choke. Now, realistically speaking, okay, as long as I've got that kind of relationship, okay, and you know who you can tell certain jokes to and who's going to get offended and who's not, okay, techniques like neck cranks and jaw crushes and things of that nature, these are the offensive jokes. So if you've got that partner that you know that doesn't get easily offended, and you already have that kind of relationship, man, I'll play with those techniques all day long. Coming in, grinding on their face, I mean, all with a smile. I'm not doing it to be malicious, but it's real, okay? If I can make your jaw unhinge in the back, shove your chin down and break your mandible, it's legit, okay? Khabib used to do it all the time in the UFC when guys would tuck their chin. It's a legit technique.
Well, Connor like that, right?
But we don't do that so much here because we're playing nice and we want good partners in life. But again, when you've developed that relationship, you know, like me with most of my advanced rank people, I got a few I won't play like that. But most of them, we've got enough time with each other that I feel very comfortable that we can start to do, it's not dirty, okay? It's just that people won't like it. Like, you know, you're a white belt, you're kind of learning, you're not really sure what's going on, and next thing you know, somebody's putting an elbow in your eye socket and things of that nature, and then you're going home going like, fuck these guys. Okay? But as you got that relationship, you know, like I said, you can start to play around with these kind of pieces. So like I said, in here, I do it anytime I'm doing rear naked choke and he starts dipping his chin, okay, I come in, I go beyond, okay, anchor, pull, there goes my thumb, ooh, I'm already under his chin, and now when I come back, I'm on the throat and I get a great choke. Excuse me.